this person might be an Israelite, this person's a heathen. You can just tell in the spirit. But you got to have the spirit of the Lord with you to know that.
And you want to know another way to find out? When you read Deuteronomy 28 chapter.
Exactly.
That's the deciding factor to let you know if you are an Israelite or not.
Yep. Another thing we try to
Deuteronomy 28 is one of the heavy chapters in the Bible.
Because the curses applied to us. We were the only ones on the planet Earth, the so-called Negro, Latino, Native American, Hispanic. We fit those curses. Matter of fact, give them whatever you got. Deuteronomy 28, 68, whatever.
Deuteronomy 28, okay, this right here, let you know, this is talking about our people right here, so-called Negro,
and the Lord Yahweh shall bring thee into Egypt.
I'm going to say this real quick, not to cut you off. Back in slavery, if you was caught reading, you were beaten with many stripes. But if you was caught reading the Bible, you was put to death. Why was that? Because they knew who you were. They knew that we were the chosen people of the Most High, the true sons of the living power. Go ahead.
Let me add to that real quick. That's why you heard of Nat Turner, right? Now the reason why they came down so hard on Nat Turner because he was one of the few slaves that was allowed to read the Bible. And with him reading it, he found out that he was an Israelite. And he found that the so-called white man was the devil. And that's why he did what he did. That's why to this day, his family don't even own his remains, man. Because when they killed him, they pretty much did anything they wanted to with his body, man.
Yeah.
You know?
I got another question for you. I kind of watched the Israel.
Yeah, all the controversy with the weirdos.
Yeah, but I think that subconsciously, I think that he knows the truth too.
Yeah, of course I know the
All these
all these
all of them know the truth. All of them.
Matter of fact, let's finish that scripture because we want to deal with one point at a time. We don't want to be all over the place. Go ahead, Al.
Deuteronomy 28, verse 16. And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships.
It's the Lord said He was going to bring us into Egypt again with ships. This is spiritual Egypt today. When you look behind your dollar bill, what do you see? A pyramid with an all-seeing eye. Hey, exactly. Go ahead.
Well, they took
Yeah.
Egypt means bondage.
Yeah, because this is just another Egypt, which is bondage, slavery. Go ahead.
By the way whereof I spake unto thee, thou shalt see it no more again. And there ye shall be sold unto your enemies for bondmen and bondwomen.
You should be sold unto your enemies for bondwomen and bondmen, meaning slave women, slave men. That only happened to the so-called Negro, Latino, Native Americans, and Hispanics. When you read the history, transatlantic slave trade, trans-Saharan slave trade, where we were sold off by the Arabs. All right, the Dutch slave trade, you had the Native American slave trade, Arab slave trade, you had the Latino sold into slavery. You can go into the history and prove that. Go ahead, Al.
I was gonna say too, even now you got our people in slavery.
Exactly.
Still in
modern day slavery.
You literally said like
Don't you pay taxes? Don't you pay taxes for your house, for your car, for everything?
You don't own nothing.
Do you not have a boss or a manager?
Not only do I pay taxes.
If you got to pay taxes, you don't truly own nothing.
Yeah.
If I own something and I possess something, it belongs to me.
Right.
If you don't pay taxes, he can take it away. That shows you don't own nothing. You don't own your house. You don't own that car.
You don't own your life.
You don't even own your life. So niggas walking around here talking about they free, they don't even understand they ain't free. They still in slavery. You know, because they don't have the spirit of the Lord supping with them. Go ahead.
This is Baruch chapter 3, verse 8.
Yep.
Behold, we are yet this day in our captivity.
We are yet this day in our captivity. We still slaves to this day. Just because we ain't walking around with chains on, we still in slavery under this debt-based system, man. You know? Go ahead.
For thou hast scattered us for reproach and a curse,
Yup.
and to be subject to payment.
We subject to payments. All right, get that in Haggai 1 and 6. We're subject to payments, meaning you got bills, you got debts, you got rent, okay? Child support, alimony, whatever it is. Those are the curses that was put upon our people, subject to payments.
Economic.
Yeah, see, the elites of this world, they enslaved us to a debt-based usury type system. You know what I'm saying? That's why once you get into that enormous amount of debt, there's no way out. Because what does he do? He charges you with interest. You know what I'm saying? So you're never going to get out of that debt that you owe back. It was designed that way.
And you know what's funny? That's one of the curses of Deuteronomy 28.
God.
Economic.
Yes.
Yeah, we were going to enter into this world poor and we're going to leave this world poor.
Guess what I realized last week? You know how the youth go listen to the older people now? You know how it is with the vibe? You know where the vibe comes from? Economics. I believe a couple
There's a couple different reasons.
I think that's one of them. I'm going to show you. Because the dope boys will look at the older black men that goes drugs, and not look at him like he older, I give it respect. He look at it like I got money, so I'm figuring out respect. You don't got no value. So that system, you know what I'm saying? That economic system is.
Yeah. I mean, it's
at the end of the day, it's the curse.
the curse, brother.
That's a curse too.
Yep.
What, not you not protecting the elders? That's even worse.
The scripture say that the brother's eye should be evil toward his own brother. You know? That's why you got black on black crime, violence. You know, like you said, the young don't respect the older. So, I mean, that's how you learn. That's how you learn the process. Yeah.
That's all. Well, Kurt, see, what this world does not want you to know is that this Bible is about you. And one of the things about what this Bible, you have to acknowledge your offense on all sides. The reason why we're going through all this is because we sin against our power. Because our people are taught here that the law, statutes, and commandments in this book, we don't have to keep them anymore. You can live how you want, and ever since we took it on that philosophy, we've fallen as a people more and more until, like you said earlier, this new generation, they have zero, they don't have nothing, man.
Yeah.
You know, no respect, nothing.
Yeah.
You know,
It's single parent households. There's no structure in the house. That's why these little niggas are demons. They don't respect authority. They don't respect nothing.
No sense of culture,
Nothing.
no sense of purpose, no direction.
And I think they fathers back in the, I grew up in the 90s. In the 90s, we used to want to be like the old school, like the older people.
Absolutely.
This generation is not being like somebody else, their daddy.
yeah, the white man.
Yeah. Thank you.
I try to tell them that they don't
Look,
believe.
because they're influenced off what they see.
Social media, and guess who
Social
controls
media, TV, anything they see.
That's all the Satan.
That's all Satan, but it's by design because real quick, get the
It's called social engineering. That's what it's
Yeah.
Second Ezra 5 and 8. There shall be confusion also in many places, and the fire shall be all sent again, and wild beasts shall change their places, and minstrous women shall bring forth monsters. That's talking about the kids, man.
Right.
Hey, you see that last one?
That caught you interested. I know it's true.
It says, 2nd Ezra 5 and 8, there shall be confusion also in many places. Hey, man, that's what Babylon's all about, confusion, man. Hey, man, you see just with this C-19. Hey, man, they talking about, well, if you jammed up, you got a better chance. Well, no, if you're a super spreader. That's all it takes for Moses, is nothing but confusion. Confusion in many places, and fire shall be all sent out again, and wild beasts shall change their places, and minstrous women shall bring forth monsters.
Right.
Man, you know niggas is fucking monsters, man.
They openly call themselves demons.
Yeah, they call themselves demons.
They demons, savages, beasts. You know, they boast about it's all being in order, pretty much out of order, man. You know, because you mentioned earlier about the man being absent. That's like that by design. Because, like you said earlier, man, with a lot of these single parent homes, man, there's no guidance in the house. Because the women need guidance, man. They like being out of order, but they want to scream how they're not protected. The black woman is the most unprotected. You're like that for a reason, because your protection, you ran to the government for it. That's how the wit and all that shit came forth. Let me get this one, because Proverbs 22:6. It says, train up a child in the way he should go, and when he is old, he will not depart from it. You're supposed to train up your children in the ways of the Bible.
The father's supposed to do that.
Father, you're supposed to do it by the Bible, but in this society, it makes that difficult because who has your children majority of the time? Damn school system. They're teaching Satanism, homosexuality. They took the Most High out of everything, man. So they're influenced off of what they see.
They don't got no
You have to want to
balance.
Which comes from not having
Let
order.
me get this scripture real quick. Habakkuk 1 and 4.
This is Habakkuk 1 and verse 4.
That's what you said. Go ahead.
Therefore, the law is slack.
Therefore, the law is slack. All right, meaning the law, statute, commandments of the Bible is nowhere near it. It's like they took it out of here. Go ahead.
And the judgment doeth never go forth.
And true judgment doeth never go forth. Go ahead.
For the wicked doeth compass about the
It
righteous.
said the wicked doeth compass about the righteous, meaning the wicked, these Nebuchadnezzar's Edomites, all right, they're ruling over us. And we're being governed by their penal codes and their laws and wicked legislations. Go ahead.
Therefore, wrong judgment proceeded.
Therefore, wrong judgment proceeded. So that's the reason why everything is out of whack. As you said, it seems like white people are the ones that are the main problem in everything. And that's true. That's in the scriptures.
I'm not even rich. That's what it comes
And the scriptures say when the wicked are ruled, the people mourn.
Yeah.
See, because we're being ruled over by Satanists.
Yeah.
These are elite devilists, man. You know? So that's why everything is out of whack. The whole foundation of the earth is out of course, because you have the wicked that are in the power seat, man. That's why it's going to take the Lord to come back and take them out of power.
Which is
See what
why
I'm saying?
they don't want you teaching about the Bible. So I got one more for you before you say that. This is Sirach 30:3. He that teacheth his son grieveth the enemy,
Yeah.
and before his friend he shall rejoice of him.
Right, because one thing we know, and history proves that the so-called white man, he fears black structure so far. He fears the Israelite structure. Where you got the man in the house in order, ruling over his household, his woman is in order, his children in order. That's what these so-called white people fear. That's why anytime they got niggas on TV promoting all types of wickedness, you got these little gang niggas, or he's a faggot on TV like Lil Nas X, they support that. They condone it, they give that man money. That's why they set up these wicked ass rappers to push forth that narrative, to keep our people in that gang, homosexual type vibe, you know?
And that's mostly like that because what? Who's the main one doing that? It's women. And who follows after the women? Men.
Yeah.
Because the order's out of whack. That's why you asked, the first question you asked up there earlier was, do we not allow women over here? And out here, the answer is no, because this is to get the men back in order.
Yes.
This is all what this is about, is setting the men back up so that you can go back to your woman and put her in the right place so that y'all can be back in order. Man.
Yeah, there's a meme that some of the elder brothers shared on the chat, and it said that
Church.
it said the churches control the women,
The schools
control the kids, and the prisons control the men.
Yeah, and that's all the way back.
Yeah.
And another thing I knew, I'm glad you say that. One thing I noticed is, I told you when I never been to jail at all. I never said it the first time, but I think that when you're young, and you go through the prison system, and you finally get to be my age, you're not you're not strong-minded. I think you have the mindset of, man, I'm just trying to stay out the way.
You're institutionalized.
And I think that's a weak mind frame. But I think they try to set up people to do that. There's a difference between the person who make it to my age who never went to prison versus the person who went to prison. Because people that went to prison, like my brother said that, his mindset is not to try to be a wreck and forward. His mindset is, I just want to stay out the way, man.
Yeah.
But
That's
you know,
a weak man.
but you got guys that like that have been to prison. And it's all because our people don't have the structure, like I'm saying. Because it's all about going back to this.
They want to break the natural, divine order that we're supposed to be in.
Right. Because they want to go into everything but the Bible. And everything that they went into as a people, it failed us. This is the last thing that we get to try. And you definitely are seeing more and more people, our people are turning back into the Bible. This is why they're pretty much gearing up to just come down and fully show it how much they hate.
They showing you.
Yeah.
They showing it.
Absolutely.
You had said that these people have removed us from our divine nature, right?
Yeah, they're trying to take us away from that.
Let me read it to you. This is Psalms chapter 83, verse 3. They have taken crafty counsel against thy people and consulted against thy hidden ones. They have said, come and let us cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance.
You don't even understand.
That name is on the front of the
Right. But you don't even, hey, read that scripture again. Now you don't understand how heavy this is. 18. Yep.
They have taken crafty counsel against thy people.
All right, so this is actual history. All the nations of the world, so-called white men, the Arabs, the Chinese, Japanese, Africans, they all came together in a crafty council to destroy the so-called Negro, Latino, Native American, Hispanic off the earth. This is true history. Keep reading.
secret societies, they ain't no good here.
They all part of that.
All of them.
All of them.
Masons, all these fraternities and people
Even the
that
black
college.
Masons?
Yes, they all
Because
say us.
masonry, the thing about what masonry is, when you're on a lower level, if you're not, if you're not past like I think the third level, then you're not really understanding what masonry is. Because you heard of Albert Pike? Albert Pike was the grand wizard for masonry. And he pretty much said that if he had to call so-called black masons his brothers, he would renounce masonry. So these masons don't respect black. So the Prince Paul and all them, it's all bullshit. Which when you go into it, masonry, their God is Lucifer, which is Satan.
So what that G stand for? That G next conference?
It's the vagina. It goes back to sexualism.
Yeah, there's some weirdos. Satan weirdos,
that's why you always see them
homosexuals.
holding a little joint down there by their point. That's pretty much showing the people that this.
And also those women don't have to do nothing with scale and
Yeah, the women too. Eastern stars. That's the female mason.
Those the one with the colors, they ain't no good.
Nah, none of them can fuck.
Nothing that isn't of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh.
Absolutely.
So anything of this world, that's how according to the Bible, is not set up for it. Because it all has you going worship the Bible. So I'll give you an example. You got the Greek class of psychology, right? What the divine nine, all of them go back to the Egyptian gods. Every last one of them go back to the Egyptian god. That's why when you cross over, you cross the sand, they make you bow down to them, and they give you a big book, which shows you that all the divine nine goes back to the Blue Lake. That Mason god, and you see LeBron's tattoo on the chest, that's showing you he's part of the Blue Lake.
And
that's their logo.
I mean, and in order to be down with a lot of them, they have to mentally, right?
They stick a knife to your penis.
They hit you with a pad on front of you, like, oh, you have
No,
to go through a
for the frat, yeah.
Yeah,
I'm saying,
for the
be a
frat,
Mason, they stick a knife in your rod, man. It's sick, man.
But that's that crafty counsel that they took apart on our people.
Yes.
They have created this fantasy inside of our people's minds that that's okay to do.
Right.
And it's not okay.
Because, like I said, dealing with the Masons, we'll go back to that. They tell you, most people in our family that's Mason, they tell you that the illusion is that you're doing that for your community. That's why you notice that there's a lie every scene. And they're lying to them. That's to pretty much lead them on to bring in the cookies. All that is pretty much recruiting ground to see who can they use to bring in more people.
I see a lot of black people with that.
Yeah, because a lot of people do Masons because it gives them perks in society.
They want to feel a part of something.
Yeah,
It's
exactly.
that, but they get perks.
It's just like
You ain't gotta wait in line and airplanes and all that shit.
sometimes you might not get a ticket if you get
Yeah, you show them a
So
little
they just
bit.
want to be a part of something.
That's it, man.
So that's an emotional.
It's an emotional time to the world, man. That's why I said earlier, man, we're down to all things in the world, man.
I appreciate I like talking to y'all, man. Y'all got a lot of knowledge. And I know that reading that Bible, y'all look at the world, y'all probably laugh at
All this
but
shit
you can
is
see
cool,
it.
man.
If you can read a book and tell you what you see out here, you probably overcomable with going on right now.
Yeah.
And one last question, I appreciate talking to y'all. How much do y'all respect Mother Nature and try to learn from
Mother Nature is not real. It's of God. How will I see y'all stop? Mother Nature, Father Time, that's all BS to make you
That's
go away
Queen of
from
Heaven
the Lord.
worship, man.
Yeah.
It's set up to idolize and put the woman as God, man. It's really the Heavenly Father. Mother is really Father Nature, if you want to put it like that.
But ultimately, it's of the Lord.
It's of the Lord.
There's none, all of it, you gotta go back, what's the source?
I got you. If it ain't man-made, then it's God.
You gotta get the credit.
That's what I'm trying to get to.
Yeah, but you gotta give the credit. All this is really going back to, we're giving the Lord his glory. And this world has stolen that glory.
Yeah.
All right, man. I appreciate talking to y'all.
Yeah, you already know, brother. We out here every week. Yeah, that's what's up. That's what's up. Like, all right, brother. Hey, shalom.
Well, that means peace to you, man. Peace unto you.
Hey, shalom, man. Shalom, brother. Shalom. Take care of yourself. All right? All right. What y'all brothers got? That's it?
I got it. Proverbs 16.
That's why it's only the scriptures say that only the elect is going to receive this thing, man. Only the elect have the eyesight to see, man. That's just what it is, period, bro. You know?
It's Proverbs 16 and 24. Pleasant words are as an honeycomb, sweet to the soul and help to the bone.
Right? That's what a lot of our people get wrapped up in, man. Pleasant words, man. The American dream, that vision of all, man. The vision of everybody being united, Hey, that's what our people were pretty much submitting themselves to.
There is a way which seemeth right unto a man, but the end thereof are the ways of death.
Right, man. And that's what America's ultimately leading you to, man. Hey, it seemed right, hey, man. Hey, we gotta stop this. We gotta stop the spread, man. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? We gotta stop the spread. We gotta love everybody, man.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Hey, but at the end of the day, that's not the will of Yahweh while Yahweh shot, man. So all you're doing is you bringing upon the judgments that's about to hit America onto yourself, man.
And ultimately, you're trying to establish your own authority, man. You gotta go back into commit yourself under the Lord, man. It's all about what He wants. If you got Jake with all this shit going on with niggas, man, you got Jake still trying to save all Israel, man.
Yup.
What sense does that make? You got all these goddamn degenerate niggas out here. Nigga will goddamn rob you, rape your mom, kill everything, man. You want to save a nigga like that, man? You know?
Right.
So we ain't out here trying to save our, we're here for the election. All right? Got what? All right, well, I got these. 1 John 5:19. And we know that we are of Yahweh Shem Shah. And the whole world lies in wickedness. The whole world lies in wickedness, man. So everything that ties you to this world, it goes back to something wicked, man. You know? Everything. Like I said, all these doctrines, this religion, this new age spirituality bullshit, all this stuff goes back to the Satanism, man. Because, like I said, if it's not giving praise to the Lord, it's not of the Lord, man. That's why us being the people of the Lord, all right, it's time to get yourself right with him, man. We did Psalm 2:11. We might have to this one.
Okay. This is Ecclesiastes chapter 12 and verse 13. Let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter.
Good.
Fear the Most High and keep His commandments.
That's your whole purpose, man. Is to fear the Lord and to keep His commandments. That's it. You ain't out here trying to be super deep with it now, man. The Lord kept it simple. Fear Him and do what He says, man. That's it. Go ahead.
Hey, like a real father, right?
Respect my house, right? Is this not whole world? Is this not His house?
Right. Straight up. Fear me and do what the fuck I say. That's how I grew up. Shit. You know?
Like I said, Jake want to know about nature and all.
Right.
Man, you should be asking about how you gonna be delivered when they put this goddamn these band-aids when you can't go to the grocery store, when you wondering how to feed your family. That's what you should be asking. Fucking mother nature, man.
Hey, Jake needs some friends.
The wind gonna keep blowing, the plants gonna keep growing, the animals everything gonna keep doing what it's
Jake be
gonna
trying
do.
to be too deep, man.
But what about your salvation, man?
Exactly.
That's the thing that matters, man.
What about the circumference of the earth?
How far is the sun from the earth?
Right. How many planets are there?
Start from the top. Ecclesiastes 12:13.
Crazy, man.
Let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter. Fear the Most High and keep His commandments. For this is the whole duty of man.
This is your whole purpose. All you Negro, Latino, Native Americans, your whole purpose on this earth is to serve the Lord. Not serve your own needs, serve the Lord. The Lord comes first in everything, man. And then you do what you gotta do as long as you're in a righteous sense, man. You know? But the Lord should always be first, man. He comes before you. He comes before your woman. He comes before your parents. He comes before your child. He comes before everything, man. You know?
Verse 14. The Most High shall bring every work into judgment.
Every work, everything you do. Like you said earlier, you ain't even feel like you gotta be doing wicked. And you can be the most goody two-shoes in the world, but if you ain't doing the work, the Lord still gonna kill you. You know? Go ahead.
And then what did the Lord say to the man? He said he kept all the commandments his whole life. He said, come and follow me.
He said, sell all your riches and come follow me. And he couldn't do it.
See? That's perfect.
So, like I said, you can know the name. There's a bunch of niggas out here that know how about Shem Shah. Hell, Cassidy posts names about every other post he posts on Instagram, man. You know, but this nigga still smoking weed, popping pills, you know, popping other niggas, women and shit, man. Whatever else he's doing, man.
Right.
So if you're not doing the will of the Lord, then that don't mean nothing, man.
Right,
You know?
that's right.
It says, for the Most High shall bring every work into judgment and every secret thing, whether it be good and whether it be evil.
Right, because the Lord sees all, man. There's nothing in here because why? The angels of the Lord are everywhere, man. You know? They're everywhere. They see everything, man. And they're just up to the reports up to the Lord. He did this then, he did this then, you know?
They watch out here,
You know? So that shows you, man, you can't get away from the Lord, man. You know? So you got if you was smart, man, you would be figuring out what you gotta do to make him proud of you, man. Make yourself right in his eyes, man. You get that Psalm 2 or somebody has to
Psalms 2:11. Serve the Lord with fear and rejoice with trembling.
Well, you can start living though, yeah.
Psalms 2:11. Serve the Lord with fear and rejoice with trembling. Kiss the Son, lest he be angry and he perish from the way.
You can't kiss the Son unless he be angry. The word kiss goes back to submit. Submit yourself under the order of Yahweh Shem Shah, lest he be angry. I'm telling you, you don't want to meet that side of the Lord, man. You know? Because you got all these niggas out here talking about all these guys in judge me, man. I'm telling you, that's the wrong thing to be saying in these times, man.
That philosophy gonna get a lot of niggas hurt.
That shit, these the same niggas that be thinking like, you know that's not scriptural, man.
Right.
You can't find only God can judge you nowhere in the Bible, man.
Yeah. That's not a precept, nigga.
Come on, man. Tupac, a nigga made that quote, man. And y'all niggas run like that's gospel, man.
Hey, that's a lesson.
No? So, we gotta get
Against the sun, lest he be angry, and ye perish from the way, when his wrath is kindled but a little, blessed are all they that put their trust in him.
right, because all they that put their trust in him is the elect. That's gonna be delivered out of here, man. We're gonna be taken care of during judgment trouble, man. So we're gonna be fed. We're gonna be clothed, man. Alright? The Lord's gonna take care of our families, man. You know?
That's right.
That's the things that our people should be asking when they come up. And not no stupid ass shit like we had to deal with the guy up there earlier. You know, he was sincere in his sincere. He wasn't asking the right questions for himself, man. You know? So now, like I said, it's about what can I do to make the Lord make myself successful for the Lord that I can deliver. You know? Salvation. That's the main focus on anything that we do. What can I do to make my call of election short? You know? Anybody have anything?
This is Psalms 1 and 1. Blessed is the man that walketh not in the counsel of the ungodly, nor stand in the way of sinners, nor sitteth in the seat of the scornful.
And how do you do that? By coming out the world, man. Submit yourself under the ordinance of the scripture. And by doing so, you're not going to be entangled with the affairs of this world, man. You know? Because you're going to know what it all goes back to, man. Which is all bullshit, like I said earlier. If it's not conducive to your salvation, then don't participate in it. If you got sit there and ask, would the Lord judge me for this? Then the answer is yes. You know?
Yeah, blessed the man that don't sit in the midst of the ungodly, or something like that in Psalms, the first chapter.
They got hallelujah. Verse
Yeah.
2. But his delight is in the law of the Lord, and in the law doeth he meditate day and night.
Yeah, we continuously in the word. We love being in the word, man, because we understand this is teaching us how to live. We weren't taught how to live growing up, man. You know? Our parents, in their ignorance, they didn't know any better. They did the best they could. But now the Lord is showing us the correct way of how to live now, man. You know? So we delight in that because we learn like, yo, Scripture say this, we understand why he say that. Oh shit, you know? You apply that to your life, man.
That's right.
And you teach others to apply that to their life, man.
That's right.
Lord willing, we of that righteous generation that Yahweh Shah spoke about. Lord willing, we of that righteous generation is going to bring our people back.
Right.
It's going to help bring our people
Just
back.
to answer that point, man, you got to think about it, man. The world we about to inherit, man.
Yep.
Matter of fact, get Revelation 2 and 26. And somebody get the Blu-ray and look up the word power. You know? Because that, you gotta understand what the songwriter just said, man. Hey, Lord, when we be those men, we're going to be pretty much teaching the world on how to live correctly.
Yep.
Through the law, statutes, and commandments of Jesus.
That's right.
This is the book of Revelation chapter 2, verse 26. And he that overcometh and keepeth my words unto the end, to him will I give power over the nations.
He that overcometh, the Lord said he's going to what?
Give power over the nations.
He's going to give power over the nations. Because I'm telling you, when around the 21, the Lord is going to set us up over all the nations, man. And so that power that we're about to be given, that's a big deal, man. Look at that word.
G1849, it says, power of choice, liberty of doing as one pleases, leave or permission, physical and mental power, power of choice, liberty of doing as one pleases.
And we're going to be able to do what our heart desires in the kingdom of heaven, man. You ain't got to worry about somebody breathing down your neck. You know, you got to do this at this time. I need to do this for me. No, you're going to do what you want righteously, man. You know? Remember, we're going to be perfect in the kingdom, man. So we didn't going to have a wicked thought, man. Whatever it is that your heart desires to do, you're going to be able to do it with no repercussions.
Right.
The power of authority, influence, and of right privilege.
This is what we just said, man. We're going to put order back in the earth, man. All right? These nations are going to be submitted under the law, statutes, and commandments. And if they don't want to follow what happens, we're going to bust their hands with that rod of iron, man. You know? Yeah.
The power of rule or government, power of him who will and commands must be submitted to by others and obeyed.
Yeah, because the whole world is going to obey the rule of us. Just like how we in this kingdom, we have to obey the rules of Esau, you know, up to the point where he has to go off. But, you know, you got to pretty much follow the law of the land, so to say. You know, in the kingdom, they're going to follow what we dictate you can do and what you can't do, man. There's not gonna be no back talk either, man. You know? Yeah. And that goes, man, for the women and all that, man. Yeah, all that.
Universally, authority over mankind.
Over mankind, so over all the earth. If us, you know, Lord willing, we'll be up the elect, man, you know. And we're gonna be revered in the kingdom, man. You know? So where, hey, if somebody spots us, hey, they're gonna, yo, that's one of the members of the elect. I read about him, you know, I learned about, yo, like how, you know, we're not gonna be accepted like the whole world is. Like, you don't see Jacob Rothschild or none of these damn peon niggas every day, man. And it's a big deal when these guys come out, man. That's gonna be like that for us, for great. Yeah.
Specifically, the power of judicial decisions of authority to manage the domestic affairs.
Like I said, we're gonna rule, man. Like I said, we're gonna be those judges and kings, man. You know? So we're gonna think, the nation's gonna come to us with problems and we're gonna solve them, man. You know? Yeah.
Rule is true.
That's real.
Jurisdiction. One who possesses authority, a ruler, a human magistrate, the leading and more powerful among created beings, superior to a man, spiritual potency. The leading and more powerful among created beings, superior to man.
Yasharala, man. We're gonna truly be the gods on the earth, man. You know, that reverence is gonna be given to us again, man. So what they gonna know, man? These people, those are the sons of power, man. Those are the Israelites, man. Especially of the elect. Well, all Israel's gonna have notoriety, especially of the elect, man.
A sign of the husband's authority over his wife.
Which means we ain't gonna have no baby mama trauma, and we ain't gonna have no goddamn back talk. Hey, our women gonna be totally in order, 100% in order, man. Alright, ain't gonna be no, hey, I need to be monogamous. No, they're gonna be bringing us bars, man. They're gonna be bringing us concubines, man. You know, anything that we say do, they're gonna do it, and they're gonna love to do it, man. They're gonna truly be back in that order of being a wife, man. A helpmate, man.
The veil with which propriety requires a woman to cover herself.
That's a heavy definition.
Oh, yeah, exactly.
The sign of regal authority, a crown.
Yeah, we're gonna be rulers, you know? So that power that we're about to inherit, man, it's not a light thing, man. That's something you should be meditating on just to see what we're about to get. That should give you that push to keep fighting, man. You know? Finish that out.
All right, you finish it, close it out.
Verse 27. Revelation 2 and 27. And he shall rule them with a rod of iron.
Yep.
As the vessels of a potter shall they be broken to shivers.
Yeah, so like I said, man, we're gonna be giving power over the nation. If they don't comply with what we're saying, you know, if they go off and break the law, statutes, and commandments, we're gonna break them with a rod of iron, man. You know, beat these motherfuckers into subjection. You know,
Even as I received of my Father.
yeah, that's the point, man. We got great things to come to us for when we be elected. We gotta keep pushing, keep fighting, man, and keep it going to the end, man. You know, the Lord's gonna fight for us. With that, you know, I pray the blessings edify. We'll give all honor, praise, and glory to God.
Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rakakadash.
Double honor to our apostles and elders, the great millstone that comes to
That's right.
rule well, and peace, salutation to the elect. So next time we say shalom.
Hey, shalom.
Shalom.